Hey there, good morning. It's 4:29 in the morning. I've been up since I feel like I've been up all night. Probably I have. I couldn't sleep very well last night. I was tossing and turning. I was thinking. I was checking on my truck. And last night, this morning, whenever, I came up with an idea for a video title, and that was going to be I Quit Shutting Down the Business. I can't even tell the difference between paint and bird shit. Yeah. You're probably thinking to yourself, Joe, what in the world are you talking about? Well, let's go down this rabbit hole. And before we do so, that brings me to the title that I've actually titled this video instead, which just came to me. But let me start first with my first choice for a title. I ran across a comment, and there's actually a few comments like this, but this one says, wow, I'm really starting to worry about Joe calling bird shit paint. You should do a video showing us you painting a unit because the top guy isn't really good. My question is, can Joe do better? Some valid points that you raise right there. Some interesting theories for sure. But this wouldn't be the only comment like this, but this would be the one that I saw as I was just looking for this comment. I saw one other one questioning my ability to determine the difference between bird shit and paint, which clearly is paint on the hood of my truck, but I know that it kind of looks like bird shit, right? So it's going to be because of that particular comment that, I was going to make a video called I Quit Shutting Down the Business. You're right. Joe doesn't even know the difference between bird, doo-doo, and paint. But make no mistake of it, folks, what has been splattered all over my truck most certainly is not bird shit and is in fact some form of paint. Now here's where this gets really crazy. I'm going to tell you the truth about something that I would have never told you otherwise, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. One thing that you never heard me talk about when addressing the hood of my vehicle and the vandalism that took place to it was me going back and looking at the cameras and trying to find who did this. And the reason you didn't hear me mention that is because for a little while now, my cameras have not been working. Now, we're going to go down a very crazy road right here. Bear with me and buckle up. If you think that questioning Joe's ability to determine the difference between bird shit and paint is crazy, well, wait until you hear my theory with these cameras. My cameras have not been working for a while. It's a newer system, only about a year old that I've put up. It's a hardwired system, but that hardwire still hooks up to the internet. And I believe that it's hardwired to the internet, but it could be Wi-Fi. I don't remember how that works. When my camera stopped working, I was a little suspicious about that. But I kind of brushed it off as, well, who knows? Maybe they'll start working again for some reason. They were offline, and I couldn't get them back online trying to reboot and all of that. They just wouldn't come back online. So I didn't know what the hell had happened to them, and the only thing that I could assume that happened to them is some kind of a way they were burnt up. They were just no good for whatever reason. Maybe I got a faulty system. So when the attack on my truck happened just a couple of days ago, you didn't hear me mention anything about the cameras because I never wanted to let anybody know that the cameras in front of my house were not working. Cameras in front of my house, cameras all around my house. They weren't working. Anyways, fast forward to this morning and the fact that I've been up all night. And I said, well, you know what? For shits and giggles, let me just go ahead and try to see if the cameras are working. You know, maybe miraculously, all of a sudden they started working again. And folks, they did. And I don't know when they started working again. I don't know how. Mind you, I tried to reboot and force reboot these cameras a ton of times to no avail. I could not figure this out. Unplug, plug back in, everything that you can think of. But all of a sudden, somewhere along the lines, these cameras started working again. And folks, I have on camera some answers to the question in terms of, was it a bird attack or a person attack? Let's go ahead and look at this footage. And again, mind you, we're going to be going down a real crazy road right here, folks. Here is my truck on Tuesday morning. The time is 2:14 exactly in the morning. And the first thing that I want you to take notice of, because this is going to be so important. I've got two different angles of the front of my house. It's going to be so important. I want you to take notice of right here on the concrete. There's nothing there. And then right here on my front tire, there's nothing here. And then, there's nothing here. There's nothing on my truck. You can clearly see. I can't say clearly, but you can see that there is nothing on my truck. Now, again, this is Tuesday morning at 2:14 in the morning. I'm about to play this. And we've got this person walking by, carrying something, walking fast, 2:14 in the morning, a pair of sunglasses on their head. Let's run that back one more time. Right here. And let's stop you right. That's not a good spot to stop. Right. Damn it. All right. Go right there. What is he carrying right there in his hand? Okay. We've got a hat on, glasses on. I can see a watch right here, and you're carrying something in your hand. That almost looks like a metal can of paint thinner. It seems like one of those type of cans, but I could be wrong. That could be a bag. This is not exactly the greatest footage right here. So we run this back. Now, also, I need you to take notice, as soon as he gets right in front of my house here, you can see his hand goes behind his back. I don't know what that move is right there, but the hand goes behind the back, the hand comes out. And is there something in his hand right there? I don't know. Hat on. You're not looking at the truck. You're not looking at the house. But you know where those cameras are. Let's run that back one more time in real time and just watch how fast. Watch the hand go behind the back right there, comes back out. It seems like nothing, right? So this is at 2:14 in the morning. Again, take notice of the front tire, take notice of the sidewalk, take notice of the truck. You can't see anything. The next video that I have, because of whatever reason, is at 2:22 in the morning, damn near 2:23. That first video clip was at 2:14. Okay, so that's almost 10 minutes separated from the time that we watched that guy walk past my house. And now all of a sudden on the concrete, you can see this white stuff. On the front tire right here, you can see this white stuff. You can see it right here. I mean, you can see it everywhere. And what I didn't show you was that you could see it in the street as well. Now, you can't see it right here because of all the shadows, but during the day, you certainly could. So this attack had to come from the opposite way that we saw that person walking. Okay, and that's what I had always assumed, because the splatter effect certainly looked like they walked by quickly and did whatever they did. But again, we've got a 10-minute window between when we saw that person and this attack taking place. Now, like I said, I've got some other cameras. I want to show you this. This is my other camera. Again, 2:14 in the morning. We don't have anything here, nothing on the front tire, nothing on the side of the truck. But we're going to get to see this guy walking by again. Right here. There he goes. Okay, what is he carrying right there? Let's run this back to right. What do you got? You have something in your hand right here. Is it a bag? I can't tell what this is. But I also can see right here that he has nothing in his hand. He has nothing in his hand right here. So that is interesting. I didn't realize that at first. So if we go back to the first video, all right, right as this guy gets to the front of my house in this other video, watch. Right behind the back. Do you see that? So right as he's getting to the front of my house, his hand is behind his back. Is he putting something back there? Maybe he was just scratching his back, Joe. Let's go to the other angle. There he goes right there. There's nowhere for him to put that unless he would have lifted up his shirt to put something there. So maybe he was just scratching his back. Maybe I've got it all wrong about something taking place with that hand motion going behind the back, but clearly this guy is carrying something. And what is he carrying? I don't know. It looks like a bag. Right here is where it looks like a bag, right there. That's a bag. No idea what's in that bag. I hate to say that this is the person that I'm assuming did this to my vehicle. And I guess I just played my hand right there by saying assuming, because, folks, I don't have this on camera. I do not have the footage of this attack on my vehicle actually taking place. But what I do have, let me show you this. So again, that was 2:14 in the morning. I've got 2:21 in the morning. 2:21. Okay. Remember, in the first camera from 2:14 in the morning, we've got the person walking by. And then at 2:22, almost 2:23, we've got the attack taking place. I've got 2:21 in the morning, and there's still nothing on the ground right here. My next camera, my next recording on my camera is at 2:22. Just 1 minute later. 1 minute. In a 1 minute span. It's right there, and it's all over my truck. You know, birds don't fly at night. Okay? So let's go ahead and address that. Ain't no birds in this picture right here. Look at that. No motion, no movement, no nothing. We got a 1 minute window of when this attack happened, and how my cameras didn't pick this up when my truck was sitting right here doesn't make any sense to me, because I'm going to show you one more video clip, and it's this right here of me this morning at 4:06 in the morning walking outside, and my cameras picked that up. Okay? I'm out here looking at things, trying to see if the cameras are working. If you walked by the front of my house hastily, running damn near is what you would have to do. You would have to do this pretty quick. The cameras would certainly pick that up, I would think. But for whatever reason, they didn't, and I don't have it on video. So that brings me to my next theory here. Can you disable a home surveillance system? I know we're talking some Mission Impossible type of shit right here. But from what I have seen, because I was Googling this just before filming this, is it seems like you can. You can get a signal jammer or possibly a flipper device, which I don't know shit about that flipper device. I believe that with that, you're able to mirror key fobs for cars. If you can do that, you could probably disable a camera, because that's the only thing that's making sense to me with this. Or what if you walked by the house, you were somehow able to connect to my internet, delete the video? I mean, we're going down a dark web route right here. And I know that you're probably thinking, Joe, go to the Rite Aid as soon as they open this morning and get the drug test. You sound crazy. Well, let me tell you about my life on the internet, okay? I ain't nobody special, even though I like to believe that I am from time to time. But hey, man, this internet fame has brought along some real wild people in terms of trolls. The level of dedication these people have to doing things to disrupt my life, to try to sabotage me. Now it seems like my property. It's only seeming to get a little bit more out of control at this point. I don't put anything past these people. These people are internet sleuths, and there's a cult-like following of these people. I know that this was an attack from the internet. Based on that thinking and theory alone, some kind of a way, they were able to do something to that camera, to those cameras, to make sure that that wasn't captured on camera. Like, how crazy is that if they could tap into the camera, delete the video? And then again, mind you, just a couple of months ago, my cameras just stopped working. I mean, shit, I was thinking them things got hit by a solar flare. How the hell the cameras just stopped working? How they fried? They're only a year old. Like, but even then, I had this eerie feeling like maybe somebody did something to them. But then again, I was thinking to myself, Joe, that's just some old Mission Impossible type of thinking right there, folks. I caught on camera what I believe is the person who did this to my vehicle. Joe, that's a hefty accusation right there. Yeah, well, there weren't nothing else going on that street during that time. Okay, nothing else. There's not a lot of activity out there. You know, we don't even have a car going by. And that's a scary thing to think about. Like, these people must have parked down the street. They have my area well rehearsed for doing anything. And also, this camera footage that I have now, it's in SD, which is the lowest quality that there is. These cameras used to be, high resolution HD cameras. Now they only work in SD, which I guess I'm grateful to have that. When I went in and tried to adjust the video settings, you can't. I mean, these things are jammed up. Can a jammer just completely screw up a camera system? I mean, how crazy is this that I'm proposing in theory happened? That somebody came by, cut the phone line to my house essentially, just to be able to throw this substance on my vehicle, whatever it was. Hey, maybe it was a bottle full of bird shit. Who the hell knows? But regardless, somebody did this to my vehicle. It was not an animal. I've got a person at 2:14 in the morning walking by pretty briskly in front of my house looking just a tad bit suspicious. And then by 2:22 in the morning, there's this all over my truck. So again, it's 4 in the morning here. Today's game plan is to get this surveillance system figured out and also to enhance that in a major way today as well too. Folks, I'm going to wrap this on this note. I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Am I way off in left field, you think? Personally, this is how I'm feeling about this situation right this second. And how would you feel? I think it's a good question to ask. Hey, thanks for allowing me to share this. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. And until next time, take care.